Welcome everybody to our training today. This is going to be a short training. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, let me make sure we are set and you can hear me. Okay, we're good to go. So my name is Isaac, and I'm going to take you through this short training. And today we're going to talk about how to systemize and optimize your business so you can scale without having to hire more employees. Now, it's okay to have more employees, to hire more. Of course, you provide employment. But for the small business owner out there, not everyone has the luxury of having the funds and the funding to have as many employees as they need. So that's why we do systemization and automation. And even for large companies, they do that as well to increase efficiency, productivity, maximize on the revenue and the profits as well. So give me a second here and I'll pull my notes and we will get rolling. And if you have any questions, put them in the chat. I will answer those questions as we go. I apologize, my computer is a little slow. I guess I have a lot of windows open. Let me close them. As I wait for the slides to load, go ahead and put in the chat, what's your biggest challenge right now when it comes to growing and scaling your business? And those that have been following me and the work that I'm doing for the last probably 6-8 months, I've had an emphasis on systems, processes. I published my book, which is called From Chaos to Control: How to Future-Proof Your Business Through Systems and Automation. I've been focusing on the things that make you money. Now, money is not everything, but it's something, especially for a small business. So I'm curious, what's your biggest challenge when it comes to systemizing and optimizing your business? So give me a second. Okay, there we go. So how to systemize and scale your business without hiring more people. I have a big promise for you. And again, I said this is going to be a short training. And the promise is I'm going to share with you the proven systemize and scale framework to free yourself from daily operations, streamline your business, and scale faster. Now, some people believe that, slow and steady wins the race. Sometimes it can, but I think that's only true in the Cocomelon, where the rabbit and the tortoise they are trying to pace each other. So to race each other, not pace, race each other. Now, when it comes to business, you want to move at a steady pace as fast as possible, maximize on the sales, the revenue, because you never know what's going to happen. The economy can tank or something can change. So you want to maximize on that. And it's not about being greedy. It's being able to maximize on the resources that you've invested in your business. So I know you're going to stay until the end. Again, I said this is going to be a short training. What makes this different? This training different? And again, if you've been following my training, you know I don't teach anything that's not practical. This is not just another business tips webinar. It's a real training. And I'm going to share with you what I call the exact system that has helped business owners reclaim their time and scale with less effort. So that's me. Most of you know who I am. I don't need to go through my resume. I've done a lot of things right, which I've shared with you guys, and especially from a business perspective, one of the really cool things that I did in terms of a decision was to get into business for myself. I've had a chance to help as many people, business owners or otherwise, and that's that's one of the right decisions I made. I've also made a lot of mistakes. I've done a lot of things wrong, of investing money and time in something that didn't pan out, not just one, but several things, investing in people that didn't help that much. And those are mistakes we make as business owners. But the point is, we all have to get past those mistakes. But after coaching for 11 plus years now, I've observed what I call four common struggles or fears that business owners deal with. And one of them is them saying that I don't have time to focus on growth. They are too busy. They say, I feel like my business would fall apart without me. They are kind of the key person in the business. I need to hire more people, but I can't afford it. Now, that could be true. But again, now you don't have to hire more people unnecessarily. You can automate and systemize your business. And then they say, I'm stuck in the daily grind, which can be true as well. But let's talk about you feeling like you are stuck in your business. The feeling, of course, is not pleasant. But if you got into your business, which I suspect you did because you wanted to get freedom to make your own decisions, freedom to decide when you are going to work, freedom to decide who you are going to work with, who you're going to hang out with. But now it's like your freedom has been taken away. How does that make you feel? And my guess is it's not a very good feeling. So when people say they are stuck, they feel like they are stuck in their business. If they step aside, their business is likely to fall apart. To an extent, they are right, because maybe they don't have the systems. Their people maybe have not been trained, or the business is not stable enough to run itself when you are not there. So I'm going to share with you some ideas on how to step away from that, so you don't have to feel like you are stuck in your business. So let me know in the chat what your biggest struggle is in your business right now as we speak. And if you feel overwhelmed by daily tasks, inconsistent leads, and a business that depends on you for everything, then this training is going to help you. One thing I know is that 97% of business owners struggle with inefficiencies, missed opportunities, and inconsistent revenue. That's a big number right there, 97%. And that means out of every 10 people, actually out of every 100 people, only 3 of them are going to have a stable business, a steady business, a business that can run itself, business that has leads coming in, and all you need to do is really close the leads, and especially if they are well qualified leads. And my guess is each one of you wants to have qualified leads. So that's the statistic. And my goal is to help you not to be a part of the 97 that struggle with inconsistent leads, inefficiencies, and missed opportunities. So the biggest lie holding people back, including you and I, is that most business owners think working harder will fix their problem. And the thing is, it will not. There is a better way. And the truth is, hard work will not scale your business, but systems will. Working hard, working 70 hours, working 14-hour days, that's not going to fix your problem. It's not going to help you scale your business, but systems are going to help you. So I'm going to show you how systems and automations can completely transform your business. And I mean that. So most of you know about my story. I used to be an engineer. I got into business 11 years ago. I've been working with small business owners since then. I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of them. I've coached hundreds and, to an extent, thousands of leaders right now. I don't keep track. I've conducted over 4,000 coaching sessions. That's a lot. I did that towards the end of last year. And it's been a blessing, really, being able to work with business owners. And what I'm passionate about is helping you to grow and scale your business so you can build a self-sustainable business, leave a legacy, so that when your time comes to leave this world, all of us are going to be gone at some point. Then you would have made a name for yourself, even if that's not your goal, but at least you leave something stable for your family and for the people you care about. So I'm going to introduce you to what I call the Systemize and Scale framework. And it has what I call three secrets or three pillars. And number one is systemization. The second one is automation, and then scalability. And that's all we are going to cover. So number one, systemization is all about freeing yourself from daily operations so that you don't have to be there. You can help, but you don't have to be there. It's a fact that most business owners are stuck in the grind. day in, day out. They are working hard and longer hours. They are struggling to grow. And the reason being, they are stuck in daily operations, so they cannot focus on scaling activities. And the scaling activities will depend on where you are at in your business. I just talked to a business owner who owns an electrical company, and he has been in business for 3 years. He has not hit $1 million in revenue yet. And he told me his focus right now is getting new jobs, basically projects, being able to collaborate with general contractors, apartment associations, homeowners associations, so that he can get some recurring revenue coming from that. So he is still on the lead generation phase. Most likely after he gets all those leads, then he's going to focus on how to close those deals, and then how to fulfill the contracts, how to retain those clients so they can keep on coming back. So those are scaling activities depending on what you are focusing on. So there's a shift that needs to happen, and the shift is for you to grow. You must shift from doing everything to leading with the systems. And basically what it is having systems in place, and then you monitor those. That's what it means to lead with the systems. Successful business owners successful businesses run on repeatable automated systems, not guesswork. And the key thing is repeatable. So you don't have to create something new every single week or change anything every single month. And they are automated. That means there's always a trigger. A lead fills a form, and then the emails get the trigger. The trigger kicks in the emails. They get welcome emails, they get confirmation emails, they get updates, maybe a text message if you want to do that as well. Someone buys from you, they get a receipt, and then they have a welcome series. Someone makes a comment on social media, they say that they're interested. There's a workflow that has been set for them to be nurtured until they become a client. When they become a client, there's another workflow. So these are automations that otherwise you'd have to do those tasks manually. So automation saves you time, money, and resources. So there are 5 systems every business needs to have in place. And the first one is a lead generation system, where you're going to have automated funnels, sales funnels, your ads or email sequences, text email sequences, DMs, direct messages from social media. We need to have a sales follow-up system to automate the follow-ups with a CRM software. You got to have a customer onboarding, where as soon as someone buys something from you, a product or a service, then there's going to be a seamless automated onboarding process. And the key thing is to make sure they get the thing they bought from you, to make sure they show up. If you run, let's say, a chiropractic practice or dental practice where people need to come in, then you want to make sure they show up to the appointments, because if they don't show up, most likely you're not going to charge them unless you took a prepayment. But still, it's still inconveniencing because you had that time slotted for that particular appointment. If they don't show up, ideally you are losing money. If you are in a service-based industry, probably home services like plumbing, HVAC, roofing, electrical, you go to someone's home or someone's business, you want to make sure they are there. They didn't forget about the appointment, especially if they have a job or they have other stuff to do. So you set up automations to make sure that actually they get what they paid for, and it's good for you as well. The 4th system is operational efficiency system. So we talked about task management, streamlining workflows to make sure that you have enough support. Because if you do coaching like me, I do coaching sessions. So before someone comes to the coaching, when they become a client, they get an onboarding email sequence that goes out. It asks about their details, about their challenges. We do an assessment, and then we do the coaching sessions every single week. They get a reminder, an email reminder, 2 hours before the coaching session. I used to have 24 hours before reminder, then 2 hours, 2-hour reminder. And then I figured that 2 hours, just 2 hours before the coaching session is more than enough. So that's really very modest. But for people that have higher volume, or where people book an appointment like a month before, you want to make sure you have a 7-day reminder, 24 hours reminder, 2 hours before. Sometimes you can do even 30 minutes before to make sure people show up, especially if cancellation of that appointment is going to cost you. And then the last system is performance tracking and optimization. In the industry that we are in, basically any industry, you want to hold people accountable, which means you need to track your KPIs and performance metrics. So secret number 2 is automation. So we talked about systemization, putting those systems in place, and then you automate. They are in that order. You cannot automate what you don't have. So you got to map it out, then you systemize, and then you automate. And automation is all about converting more clients without manual effort. Like I said, I focus on revenue generation, revenue generating training or coaching or activities and systemization. So if right now, as we speak, if you are manually responding to leads, booking calls, following up, and all the other things that you're supposed to do before someone becomes a client or a customer, then you're losing money because you're spending a lot of time doing that. Of course, the human factor is there. You can forget, you can get sick, anything can come up. And that means if you're not able to do it, then basically you're dropping the ball. But when you have automations, it just makes it easy for you to get all those things taken care of. The other day, I got a call from my son's school, and they said that he is not feeling well, and I had to go get him. Now, I just took a break from my office, went and got him, and right before, right after we got home, just within the next, I think it was 10 to 15 minutes, I had an appointment with someone. So I didn't get nervous because I didn't have to text that person to confirm, hey, are we still meeting today? I have automations. And I usually know whether someone has read the email, whether they have gotten the text. So all those automations get to tell me whether there's a possibility this person is going to show up or not. Now, not everybody shows up to appointments, but the chances of them showing up are very high. All this to say, when you have systems, you can afford to do other things and not get nervous. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow, I'm going to be leaving town, and I'm going to be gone for 6 days. I'm not nervous about what's going to happen to my business because my assistant knows what to do. She's going to take care of business. Social media stuff have been scheduled. The responses are automated. Now, of course, I'll be checking my emails on and off, but I don't feel the pressure to have to do that. And that's the power of automation. So with a plug and play automation, you can close deals, in this case, sales 24/7, even while you sleep. Sounds like cliche, but it's true. So let's talk about the power of automation. Systems and automation allow you to remove yourself from day-to-day operations. That's what they do. Not to take you away completely, but to have the leverage and the freedom to be able to do that. So let's talk about number 3. And again, I said this is a short training, gonna be done here in a second. I mean, not in a second, but in about 5 to 10 minutes. So number 3 is scalability. So you systemize, you automate, and then now you have the capability and the foundation to scale. It's all about predictable growth without the chaos, experiencing that growth, facilitating that growth, focusing on increasing profits. If you're in business, whether we like it or not, we want to take home as much money as possible. And that's why we want to bring revenue, but also maximize on the profit. And like I said, being able to systemize, automate, systemize and automate is going to enable you not to have to hire extra people, because when you hire someone, you got to pay the wages, you got to pay benefits, sick days, and all that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you can avoid paying all that because you have automations, then why not? So talking about scaling without stress. Scaling means increasing your revenue without increasing the stress. So the revenue goes up, your stress goes down. First, when you have more revenue, you can hire someone to do a lot of things for you. But also when you have automations, you can also maximize on the money that you are keeping. And the key is an end-to-end automation system. That's what you need. That nurtures the leads, converts them to clients, and manages operations. So lead capture, the leads get captured from your website, from social media, from an email, communication. Then they get nurtured through communication. You're not trying to hassle them. You're just trying to keep them alive. They show up to an appointment or they get to talk to you. You close those leads. They become clients. Good job. After you close them, let's say you closed 3 out of 10, which is a good percentage. Then we have automations to nurture those leads, to keep them alive, either to come back or next time when they have a need, you know, to have you as the first person they are going to call. So it's keeping them alive and then looping them back to spend more money with you, which is good. Now, going back to the sales, if you close 3 out of 10, again, what happens to the 7? Most of the businesses don't do anything with those leads. They just let them, you know, fade away. You lose those leads, and basically you're losing money because you paid for those leads. And it doesn't matter even if you did not run ads, you paid for them because you went to a networking, you sent an email, you sent an you posted, you made a social media post. So you spent time, and that means if you don't close those leads, you're losing money. So what do you do with them? You also create automations to nurture the leads that you don't close, so they can stay active, to stay within your ecosystem, to be informed about your brand. And what you do is and we help you do this if you choose to work with us. We help you create a nurturing sequence, which can be 7 days, could be 30 days, could be a whole year, where they're getting emails, educational emails. And that means at some point in the next 12 months, if they have a need, you're going to be the first person they call because you're the person who is helping them to get educated on the subject that you are an expert at. Scaling is not about working harder. It's about working with systems. That's a no-brainer. And business owners who master automation scale faster and have more freedom. So no doubt about that. So let's summarize what we covered today. The Systemize and Scale framework is all about scaling a business. Actually, scaling a business comes down to the 3 key secrets that we talked about. Systemize, build a business that runs without you. Automate, let technology handle the heavy lifting, and then you scale. That's growth without the chaos. So I hope the last 1 hour has been helpful to you. I hope you got the value from it. I said it was going to be a short training. And here's my ask. If you are struggling right now, if you happen to have you know, to be wanting to scale your business, grow and scale your business, and you need some help to systemize your business, to automate your operations and go to the next level, or if you just want to pick my brain on what you need to do, go ahead and send me a direct message. We'll respond to you, send you a link. We'll send you a link to our calendar. You can book an appointment, talk to me, or talk to one of my coaches. If you want to talk to me directly, just make that request and we'll make it happen. Since I'm traveling tomorrow, I might be able to meet with you in the next 1 week. But again, if you want to even have a back and forth chat conversation on social media, just let me know and then we can do that. So thank you again for joining me for this training. I wish you all the best. Wish you success in your business, and I'll see you in the next video.